There are a bunch of ways to dodge and burn your images in Lightroom and Photoshop. There's the dedicated dodge and burn tools. You can use a white and black brush with the blend mode set to overlay, and you can use masking and then adjust the exposure. But over the years, I have developed a method for dodging and burning my photographs that was directly inspired by those old Joy of Painting videos with Bob Ross. Yes, seriously. Specifically, I am talking about the wet on wet technique, where new colors are applied on the still wet paint below it to create a seamless blend in depth in the painting. Now, obviously, we're working with pixels and not paint, but the technique still applies. Let me show you. Here we are in Photoshop, and the first step to this process of brushing in light like a painting is to create a copy of our background layer. So I'm going to go over to our background, click and then drag over to our add new layer. And I'm going to rename this our dodge layer. And the technique that we are doing is going to be adjusting this layer or creating a pre-visualization of the dodge. We're pre-visualizing the light that we want to brush into the landscape. So I'm first going to lighten up our dodge layer. And you can do this a bunch of different ways. My preferred method is to go over to image adjustments, and I like to use levels, but you can also use brightness, contrast, curves, or exposure. So into levels here, I'm going to increase the whites of this image by taking this far right slider on the levels adjustment and sliding it over. Now, of course, this is going overboard. I don't care about the sky. I don't care about any of these areas that are blown out. I'm only paying attention to areas that I want to brush that light into. So like that, maybe I want to adjust those midtones as well, something like so. I'm gonna hit OK. And then I also want to add in sort of this warm, nice glowing light as well to it. You know, we already have this nice glowing kind of ethereal, kind of pinkish warm light in the sky. And I want to emphasize that more on the landscape. So I'm going to go to image adjustments, and then we're going to go down to photo filter. Now, automatically it has a warming filter. I don't want to use that. I want to use a color that's already in the sky. So I'm going to go onto color. I'm going to take the density all the way down to 0 so I can see what's happening in the image. I'm going to click on this color, and that allows me to choose a color out of here. Or if I hover over the image, I can just choose a color that's already existing in the image. In this case, let's choose something in the sky, just like that. I think that's a good color. Hit OK. And then I'm going to kind of look at the image and slide this density slider over until I'm happy with that amount of color. Let's say something like that, around 50, 55%, and hit OK. And then I'm going to go down here, hold down Alt or Option, and click to add a black layer mask. I'm then going to use a brush to brush in that light that we pre-visualized. So I'm going to hit B for brush. I'm going to go over here, make sure our hardness is set to 0, and I'm going to take the flow down to somewhere around 5% or so. I'm going to make the brush size smaller with the left bracket key, and then I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. And then I'm just going to brush in this light, just like a painting. So just like that, I'm just brushing in and shading that light onto the landscape. I can make a brush size a little bit smaller and go over here. So think about this just like you're in art class and you're shading something or you're painting something. I'm just brushing in that white or brushing in those highlights onto the landscape to give it depth, to give it this almost painted look, to make it more atmospheric and make it look more three-dimensional, like I could step into this scene. Now, this image was captured on one of my Alaska tours during winter, just in case anyone was wondering. Fun little backstory, this is actually captured with a drone. Even though it's super close to the ground, it was actually not possible to get to this area on foot, so we captured this shot with a drone. So just like this, I'm going through here, Now, let's say I want to add some light to this horizon in the mountain, but I don't want it to affect the sky. I can very easily go up to Select, Sky. It's going to take a second to think and make that sky selection. Then I'm going to go hold down Shift, Command, and I to invert that selection. You can also just go up to Select and then Inverse. And then I don't like seeing these marching ants, so I'm going to hit Command and H to hide them. Make this brush size a little bit bigger. And then I can just brush in light on the horizon here. So just like that, maybe I can increase the flow up to 10% or so. And then brush just like this nice, glowy, almost painted-like effect on the horizon. Maybe get it a little bit smaller, go back down to 5%, and right over where that sun is, I could add more light just like that right there. So I'm going to hit Command and D to deselect the sky. And then I'm going to make the brush size bigger, really big. And then let's take the flow all the way down to like 2% or so. And I'm going to just go like just like this, just to kind of add a little bit of dodging or a little bit of light painted in over the horizon there. I could also say some of these clouds are a little bit dark. I think they're a little bit lacking. So let's make the brush size smaller. I could increase that flow up again, 5-6%. I can just go back and forth and brush in light into the clouds like so. Maybe over here, a little bit over here, just like that. Just like this along the horizon here, just to have a little bit more color and a little bit more drama in the sky, just like so. So I'm going to fit the screen by hitting Command and 0, and then we can see before and after, before and after. And we can see just how big of a difference this is making. Now let's go back down to our background layer. Then I'm going to hit Command and J to create a copy of our background layer. And we're going to do the same thing for burning. So we're going to rename this to burn. And rather than use the levels, this time I'm going to adjust, let's say with the curves. And it doesn't matter, again, it doesn't matter. You could use levels, curves, exposure, anything you want to. Let's just take this far right slider or this far right end down and then bring down the midtones as well. Again, I don't care about any other part of the image except for the areas I want to darken. So I'm going to hit OK, and let's go to Image Adjustments, and instead of adding a photo filter, let's use a color balance for this one. I'm going to stick with the midtones and add blue into this image right here. So just like that. And then just like before, I'm going to hold down Alt or Option to add a black layer mask. I'm going to still use our B for brush, and we can increase the flow to around 10% here. And I'm just going to brush in a little bit of shadow where I want to emphasize that three-dimensional look, to emphasize the depth in this photograph. I want you to feel the cold in this scene, and I also want you to feel like you could step right into this area. So just like that, maybe add a little bit of darkness over here. Really not a whole lot of areas in this photo that I think we need to burn. It was mostly just dodging and adding light. So just like so, I could go and then look and then hold down the Alt or Option and see before and after, before and after. And I think I'm pretty happy with this. It has that painted look that I want. Let's switch to an image that's a little bit more involved, like this photo here of a mountain along the US-Mexico border. And again, just like before, I'm going to create a copy of our background layer, and I'm going to rename this one Dodge. And let's go up to Image, Adjustments, and Curves again. And let's just bring up those whites in the image, just like that. Say OK. And then in this case, let's say I don't want to use a photo filter. I could just say, let's do just color balance in this one. And I'm going to target the highlights and add some warmth to those highlights. And again, I'm paying attention to just the areas that I want to brush or paint my light into. So just like that, maybe I also want to add just a little bit of reds in there, something like that, maybe a little touch of green to balance that out. something like so, maybe even a little bit more yellow, and I'm gonna hit OK. So just like that. Now for this image, we don't have a whole lot of clouds or parts of the sky that I think need dodging. So we can preemptively delete the sky from this because I know we're not going to need it. So I'm going to go up to Select and Sky, and then I'm just going to delete this from the image, just like so. Command and D to deselect, and then I'm going to go down here and add a black layer mask. I'm gonna hit B for brush again. Let's take our flow down to 5% or so. Can zoom in, and I'm going to start brushing in that light that we pre-visualized. I'm brushing in that dodge onto the landscape. Now, it's very important that when you're doing this, you're not adding light into areas where light would not naturally hit. It has to make sense from the perspective of where the sun is rising or setting, and I don't want it to be completely unrealistic. It would not make sense to brighten up an area completely in shadow. So let's say that looks pretty good for the mountain. Let's start brightening up this saguaro right here, just like so. Maybe add in a little bit on this little arm sticking out right there, just like that. And then here comes the fun part where we have all of these cholla, and I am just brightening up one part of the cholla so that it will look like it has that extra little bit of glow in it. So I'm gonna brighten up one side and then darken up another side. So this is gonna take a little bit. I'll go ahead and fast forward for you just so we're not spending all afternoon listening to me talk while I am brightening up different parts of cactus. And then we can see before and after, before and after, and we can see really how dramatically that has added in a very realistic but also painterly looking light. And so just like before, we're going to then do the same thing for our burn, create a copy of that background layer. We're gonna rename it to burn, and then we can go up to image adjustments. We can just do exposure for this one. We can take down the exposure a little bit, maybe minus 0.3, minus 0.3, minus 0.4. Could say okay. And then we can go to image adjustments. We're going to go to color balance. I'm going to stick with midtones and add quite a bit of blue in here. We really want this nice counteracting color or contrasting color to help emphasize the depth in this image. So I'm going to hit OK. And then again, we're going to block this out with a black layer mask. I'm going to hit B for brush. And let's take the flow up, let's say up to 20% or so. I'm gonna make this brush quite a bit bigger. And then we're gonna start off making some kind of big sweeping adjustments here. Big sweeping adjustments all around our image, maybe at the bottom like this, all these places that are naturally dark, like so. And then let's go over in here and start doing all of our small adjustments. And again, I'm going to speed through this so you don't have to watch me burning for half of your afternoon. And now that we're finished, we can see the before and after and before and after of burning or darkening these different parts of the landscape. And let's go ahead and see both of them off and then on so you can see before and after, before and after. And we can see just how big of a difference this makes, just how much more depth there is in this photograph, and how it also very seamlessly blends in with the colors that already exist in this image's color palette. Now I've been doing this technique in Photoshop, but you can also do it in Lightroom. Now moving on to Lightroom, we can see that I've already done quite a few adjustments to this image, and we can see in our masking, I've already done a bunch of masking to redirect the visual flow of this image. But one thing I have not done is added any light via dodging or taken any away via burning. So with Lightroom, to do this same process, we need just one extra step to visualize this light that we're painting in, and that is to create a new mask. And then we need to somehow cover up the entire landscape so that we can see these adjustments. So the easiest way to do that is to use a linear gradient, and I'm just going to do this at the top of the image here. And then I have now masked out the entire image, so then I can do any adjustments to again pre-visualize this dodge or pre-visualize the edit. In this case, I'm going to go pretty far on the whites. Let's take away a little bit of the blacks here, maybe add in some warmth with our color temperature, add a little bit of tint in there towards magenta, and then maybe take away just a few of those shadows as well. Maybe there's a little bit too much on the whites, so I can bring that back down. And then I can then intersect this mask with our brush. I'm going to keep a low flow with a feathering at 100. And then I can just brush in, like before, like we were doing in Photoshop, our pre-visualized dodge in our image. So just like so, just like this. Again, just going around and brushing in that light that we want to use to emphasize the depth, to emphasize different parts of the image. Now this one was also taken in Alaska. This is in the fall though, obviously, not in the winter. And so I can go in here in the tree, and you can see how we can use this. We can use this brushing in a very, very realistic light to help emphasize the depth of this image. So just like this, we're adding in that three-dimensional look to things all throughout here. Let's move over and start adding in light to these trees. And again, pay attention, the light is coming in from the left-hand side of the image, so I'm brushing in the light only on the left-hand side of the trees. Let's back out to full screen, and then we can see before and after, before and after. Honestly, a huge thank you for watching this video. If you'd like to join me on a photo adventure, we do off-roading and helicopter trips all over Alaska in the fall and the winter. We do tons of hiking and exploring all around the Southwest. And in 2027, we're expanding into Japan and beyond. Again, a big thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.